government has been on this effort to make sure that we take households out of subsistence and push them into the money economy. Now, we have had a few known enterprises, but many of those enterprises, despite a lot of efforts in this region, in the Bukedu region, those enterprises have not worked. We have tried a lot of poultry many times, and you see that theoretically it is productive, but after a short time, you find that many people, some people succeed, a number of people don't, and there are many different factors. So the effort here is to look at these innovative enterprises that could be researched on and be adopted by the community, and they are able to hit the minimum for small, because we have the 4-acre model, but many people in this side don't have 4 acres of land. They don't have 4 acres of land. And we have found some of the challenges with like piggery, poultry, the feeds are a big challenge because they're expensive. So we're trying to innovate, and maybe this is not the only one. We'll continue thinking, what are those things which our communities can adopt? So when we issued a call at Science, Technology and Innovation, we issued a call on an area known as productivity acceleration, and we are thinking, what are the other innovations that we can do to add into enhance cash development model for household income, to take households out of subsistence. And this was one of the projects which was submitted, and we looked at it and it looked very innovative. uh, the investment that a person needs would fit within the money that parish development model can give. And the fact that it is really sustainable, because the person can literally harvest. I think when you start harvesting, how often do you harvest?
The first flush, it is continuous for about 1 week.
You are harvesting every day.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Then it will stop for about 2-3 days.
Then you again. So every week, someone will be getting some money. But so the promise of this project is that it is has potential to give people, our households, with small pieces of land or even ability, because we have in PDM we have people who are disabled. They have people with disability. We have the elderly. They can't do some of those difficult things. But here, once you train them, prepare gardens for them, really all they have to do is to pick the mushrooms and supply. That's why they are looking at the whole value chain. If they produce the mushrooms, the market, the value addition, we are looking at the inputs. So I felt this was a very good project, and we decided to support it. So I'm very happy. Sometimes you support projects and you go there and people are just explaining to you a lot of theory. You don't see anything. So I'm really happy. I am a minister on the ground. I don't believe in sitting in my office. So this is already my second time here. I invite myself to come to this project. This time I was invited by Professor, but the first time I just told him I have been there. So I want to come and see, and I must say, this is a very promising enterprise. I know they are doing a lot of other things, the community mindset, the skills building in the community, such that what the community gets is beyond this. So the spirit is to push households out of poverty, out of subsistence into the money economy.
Thank
Community can easily become producers of those materials, because the issue is how much can we localize the industry when you're going into mass production. So that's part of the research for this. But also we want to see, is this a potential crop that can take people out of enterprise which can take people out of out of poverty, especially those with very small spaces. And I think now you are doing the research on the investment required. What's the minimum investment? And what could be the model? Because the model we are using now is we do some of the preparations here at the center, then give to the farmers, such that that eventually maybe, but again that can be the business model. That instead of farmers struggling to make the garden, they come and take a use to a garden which has already germinated and they can just look after it, water. They can do a lot more things and with minimum space because that's the issue. And then we want to see how much can a household earn because we have set uh, the president has set the minimum income that we want. Can this earn? And how much does a person need in order to get out of poverty, to get out of subsistence that they can? So a lot of we want it to be database. We don't want just the people to stand there and say, this is this. No, we want it to be database. That's why this is a research center.
Doctor, we only just wanted to.
It can go up, so it is scalable. So we want to see how and come up with a cost because our estimate is that from PDM somebody can borrow 1 million. If I borrow 1 million, can I put up software, fire gardens, and put up my solar and start selling? We've been talking about only certain enterprises for parish development model, and the people in the towns have been complaining. How can we also participate? Because most things you can't keep pigs, poultry, you don't have enough space, you don't have. But now this project of mushrooms, you can do it anywhere. You know, you can keep these gardens even on the veranda. You just get samples and you put papyrus mat, and you can raise. Even those people who are renting the music, you can do something and earn money.
So are you giving hope to them that it will be included?
Yes, once we finish the documentation here, because we're in data collection, we are doing research. That is our role as science, technology, and innovation. We provide the information and say these are our findings and make a recommendation. So after this project, we'll be making that recommendation.
What have you been impressed by what you found on the ground for the first time?
Yes, you know, a project which is new, it's usually very difficult for you to get results. But right from Butaleja and also when I came here, it's really it's good, and also you can see the difference between the different farmers, and the others have to learn from others. There are those who are doing extremely well, the productivity is really good. There are those who are still trying, not doing the standard as they were told, and they can see that their results are not as good. So now they are learning themselves that for me to get the results, it's not just because they have told me, but for me to get the good results, I need to do like this. So far, everything is really good.
Do you have, if this goes to your expectation, do you hope to roll it out over the whole country?
Yes, once we have got the data and we have done the documentation and we are sure, because we don't want to recommend anything without Chibal, we are going to present it to the PDM. To the PDM leadership, to the Prime Minister, to the PDM Secretariat, and say, look, we have this technology, and we are going to package it very well. It seems here it is self-rolling, because here we are not only taking the technology, that's the mushroom growing technology, but we are also actually taking the way you organize the community to turn it into a commercial enterprise. I don't think that even when we finish research here, people are going to stop. It is actually going to be self-catalyzing, and it is going to be one of those, because I've been struggling, because people here have very small pieces of land. Many people don't even have a quarter an acre, and women have very small pieces of land. Even all these things we talk about, the mushrooms, even the cow, they don't really have where to keep the cow. But now I've seen that this is an alternative. It's not too labor intensive, and in a very small space, they can keep quite a lot and produce tons and tons of mushrooms. And the